There are some who bring a light so great to the world that even after they are gone, the light remains. Our beloved sister Christabelle has surely left a light. Death leaves a heartache no one can heal. Love leaves a memory no one can steal. Sister Christabelle, you left us with so much love that touched the hearts of many. Your works, ways, and the leader in you dispel darkness. The song is ended, but the melody lingers on. The deep prints you left when you were here, the moments you shared with us. Oh sister, what you left behind is not what is engraved in stone monuments, but what is woven into the lives of others. Christina was born to Augustine and Elizabeth of the Liparable family on 2nd September 1955. Having discovered that love is a commitment and not just a feeling, she decided to commit herself to the Lord our God. Her first commitment to the Lord was in 1975 and the final commitment in 1982.
God ever wills good. Whether it is life or death, it is His best choice for me. It is the last verse of Sister Christabelle, in which her entire life reflects submission to God's will, compassionate, humble, cheerful, kind, gentle, and affectionate. We are 8 children, and Sister Christabelle is the 5th one in the family, and I am the 7th. Her baptismal name was Christina, which means flower of Christ. So God took her to decorate the altar of heaven. We had a midwife, Mariamma, attending to the delivery of my mother at home. She was like a prophetess. When Christina Chechi was born, she took her in her hand and said, "This child is an angel. She will be set apart for God." Thus, it came true. From childhood, she was like a nun, very pious, simple in her dressing and her living. Our life at home was like a convent. We had prayers both in the morning and in the evening. It includes novena, Bible reading, rosary, and the explanation given by our Father, every day's Gospel. Sister Christabelle used to be kneeling all the time while this prayer get over. She had such close relationship with Jesus from her early childhood that continued to be so deep with Jesus, became her spouse. She studied in LMCCHS Chatyat at Ernakulam and did her pre-degree at St. Teresa's College, Ernakulam. She was so much inspired by the life of Sister Regis, who was a Hindi professor in the college. When Chechi expressed her desire to join the convent, the sisters advised her to come after completing her pre-degree. When she left home to join, my father cried so bitterly because she was so much attached to him. I chose the CSST way of life, 70% of course because of my Chechi, and 30% due to the inspiration of the CSST sisters, because they were so mature in their behavior, educated, affectionate, and prayerful.
She completed her MPhil from Sardar Patel University, Gujarat. Sister Christabelle's association with St. Teresa's College began 46 years ago when she joined the college as a student in 1971 and later as a professor in the mathematics department in 1981 for 28 years. Her commitment and dedication to our college was further brought to a higher level when she was entrusted with the prestigious position of principal from 2005 to 2011.
So Christabelle for the last 40 years. I have the privilege of knowing her as a student, colleague, principal, and mother provincial of CSST Communication. In every field, she was a unique person. Even though I am much elder to her, I used to get her valuable advice in all matters. She was a loving person. I considered her as my own sister, and her departure is a great loss to all those who are in contact with her. May her soul rest in peace.
Her compassion for the underprivileged and socially excluded ones remained unabated. She was out there to help those in need. She made time to help, teach, and give individual care to the intellectually backward high school students at Wayanad and at Bangalore. Sister Christabelle was a true Carmelite in all senses, a perfect role model. She bore the name of Christ in her heart and always lived by his words. By donating her kidney to her brother, she became a true witness of Christ who was wounded. She lived by the words she preached. She is known as the person who loved the poor.
She was my student in the Department of Mathematics. Later, she was my colleague in the same department where she was our youngest member. Her passing away was most unexpected and heartbreaking. She loved all, both rich and poor alike. She had a heart for the orphans and the destitutes. She taught us to love all of them. She was very much loved by all. All those who came in contact with her were impressed by her behavior, her friendliness, her smile, sweet smile. She was extraordinarily intelligent, hardworking, and dependable. She was the Secretary General of our congregation at Bangalore, and towards the end of that term she was elected Provincial Superior of Kerala Province. She was sick and she took her sickness as will of God. In fact, earlier she was so healthy that she even donated her kidney to her brother. She was in the hospital at Rajagiri and she wanted to be discharged from there for Christmas because she wanted to be with her sisters at the provincial house for Christmas. But God wanted her to be with Him in heaven, and so He called her on the eve of Christmas. Now she is blessing us from above, and may she continue to send her showers of blessings on all of us. God bless her soul.
Sister Christabelle served for 25 years as a catechism teacher and 10 years as a catechism promoter. Sister also took an initiative to train the young women of the Latin Church in Kerala for them to have a bright future. Joining with KRLCC, Sister introduced a civil service training program for girls in St. Teresa's College. In 1995, joining hands with the diocese, Sister worked for the renewal of the Holy Childhood. She also served as a treasurer for All Kerala Principals Association and executive member of Education Council of Virapalli Diocese.
I fondly remember the contributions of Sister Christabelle to the local church as a committed, passionate, religious person, to the CSST congregation as a visionary provincial, and to the St. Teresa's College as an affectionate, motherly principal. She was a teacher of mathematics, but she never confined herself to the classrooms and the normal teaching routines. She was deeply convinced that her primary call is to lead and live a holy religious life. She was my colleague. She was my colleague in the catechetical department of the Archdiocese of Virapalli. After the teaching hours, after the college, she used to come to Ashbound every day and help us 2 to 3 hours. When we decided to revive the Holy Childhood Association, which instilled the values of holiness as well as the missionary animation, she voluntarily came forward to visit the parishes. She traveled to all the parishes in the Archdiocese and convinced our parish priests and Sunday school teachers about the importance of the Holy Childhood Association and its formative value. During those days, once when I visited the Anugraha community in St. Teresa's College campus, I saw the Anugraha community members, religious sisters, along with our hostel students, were making Holy Childhood badges. They were stitching the medal of infant Jesus into a pink ribbon and making a very beautiful badge for the Holy Childhood students. I was touched. I was moved by the service attitude of the hostel girls of the Anugraha community. That time, Sister Christabelle was not a superior, was not the hostel warden, but she was able to connect with the staff members and the students with an affectionate approach. In return, they respected her, they obeyed her.
While being the Secretary General of CSST Institute from 2012 to 2018, Sister was elected as the Provincial Superior of Kerala Province in 2017. The plans and decisions that Sister undertook during her tenure as provincial brought new light to the society. Her able guidance created a close bond among the management, faculty, and students, and unified all into a single entity, striving towards excellence in the field of education.
Sister Christabelle is a sweet memory in my mind. We have grown up together, and we have shared many experiences in the religious life together. She was a kind of inspiration for me or in my path, or in my journey towards God. And we worked together in the college, me as an English teacher and she as a maths teacher. And our friendship grew, and later she became the principal, and she was one of the very visionary type of a person who took the initiative in many things to help the college grow. And then after her retirement, she became the secretary of the Mother General, and then she was there for 6 years in Bangalore. After that, she became the provincial, and she was a great support while I was the principal, helping me to venture into new paths. And as a director, she gave me all support.
Jesus, my Savior, Lord, there is none like you. All my days I want to praise the wonders of your mighty love. My comfort, my shelter, tower of refuge and strength, let every breath.
When she became the principal of the college, she used to force me to address the students in college. Almost 2 years, I addressed the students in St. Teresa's College, batch by batch, and convey to them the importance of the family life and the family values. Sister Christabelle used to tell, my girls should excel in character. They should be successful in life. It was her primary objective. Not the cognitive formation, not the intellectual output, but was an integral formation, a total behavior modification who excel in life and family life.
Many awards and recognitions came her way. She received the Reverend Father Theo Matthias Award for Innovative College Educators for the year 2009, instituted by AIACHE. She also received the honor of Dr. M.V. Piley Award for the Best Principal of Kerala 2010. This honor was bestowed on her in view of her outstanding and meritorious services in the fields of education and human welfare.
My Chechi had such a charming smile, and her gentle touch really made us experience Christ. She was another Jesus to the people, both rich and poor alike, a mother to the orphans, a loving sister to the community members. Many youngsters were so much fond of her due to her sincerity and approachability, and her readiness to listen to all, especially to the elderly sisters. She was very dedicated and committed to her responsibility, and this was mostly found when she was elected as the General Secretary and finally as the Provincial Superior of Kerala Province. I am very proud to have a sister like her. She taught me to forgive and forget, to speak and think positively, to love the orphans, to live peaceably with my community members, to look after the old sisters, to be generous with the needy. She did all this perfectly well because our parents had taught us to be an authentic religious. It is all because of her human nature. The people flocked to Rajagiri Hospital when they heard their dear one is sick and found her radiating smile even amidst her pain and struggles. It is heartbreaking to think that sister is no more, but I am consoled that she is there to intercede for our institute and our family, and I wish my Chechi may see Jesus face to face.
You gave Theresians what they most desired: time, a patient ear, and acceptance.
I remember the last day she came to the college. We had a management meeting. She was there addressing us, sharing with us, and after that she got into the vehicle and went to Trivandrum. But she came back, and after that it was a long suffering for her, suffering of 2 months, after which she completely resigned herself to the will of God and left this world, leaving in our mind image of a very resigned, very pleasant, and a person who is deeply attached to God and deeply aware of the presence of God even in her last vision. I said earlier, she is a sweet memory that will help me to travel or traverse the path of my life towards God and towards the Lord.
On 16 September, Sister was diagnosed with a fibroid in the uterus, but giving priority to her responsibility as the provincial, Sister was reluctant to take an immediate treatment. She returned to her heavenly home, fulfilling God's will. On the 24th of December, the eve of Christmas, at 4:45 p.m., with the accompaniment of the canticle of Saint John of the Cross, O Sneha Jwale, kissing the crucifix with much passion, opening her eyes as though to see her beloved, in the presence of her sisters and family members, she bade goodbye in complete serenity.
ക്രിസ്മൽ സിസ്റ്റർ പരിചയപ്പെടുമ്പോൾ അദ്ദേഹം സെൻറ് തെരേസാസ് കോളേജിൻ്റെ പ്രിൻസിപ്പലാണ്. പിന്നീട് ബാംഗ്ലൂർ CSD സന്യാസിനി സമൂഹത്തിൻ്റെ ജനറൽ കൗൺസിൽ സെക്രട്ടറി എന്നത്. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് സമൂഹത്തിൻ്റെ കേരള പ്രൊവിൻസിൻ്റെ പ്രൊവിൻഷ്യൽ സുപ്പീരിയർ എന്ന നിലയിൽ ഞങ്ങൾ തമ്മിൽ അടുത്ത് ഇടപഴകുവാൻ സന്ദർഭമുണ്ടായത് സഭ സ്ഥാപകയായ തെരേസ ലീമ അമ്മയെക്കുറിച്ച് ഒരു ഡോക്യു ഫീച്ചർ സിനിമ തയ്യാറാക്കുന്ന സംബന്ധമായിട്ടാണ്. 5 വർഷം ആരുടെയും പ്രത്യേകമായ അലംഭാവം കൊണ്ട് എന്ന് വിശേഷിപ്പിക്കാൻ കഴിയാത്ത വിധത്തിലുള്ള തടസ്സങ്ങളുടെ പേരിൽ അതിൻ്റെ നിർമ്മാണ പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങൾ കാലതാമസം നേരിട്ട് വൈകിപ്പോയി. പലപ്പോഴും ക്രിസ്മൽ സിസ്റ്റർ എന്നോട് ചൂണ്ടിയെടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. അതിലേറെ ഞാൻ അങ്ങോട്ട് വഴക്ക് കൂടിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. പക്ഷേ വഴക്ക് കൂടുമ്പോൾ അരിവെപ്പോഴും തെളിഞ്ഞു നിൽക്കുന്ന മുഖം എങ്ങനെ ഇരിക്കുമെന്നുള്ളത് ഞാൻ കണ്ടിട്ടില്ല. കാരണം ഫോണിലൂടെയായിരുന്നു ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഷണ്ടകൾ അത്രയും. കാണുമ്പോഴൊക്കെ ദൈവികമായ ഒരു ചൈതന്യം സ്ഫുരിക്കുന്ന ഒരു മിന്നായം കവിടണകളിൽ തെളിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് കണ്ണുകൾ കൊണ്ട് ആദ്യവും മുഖം കൊണ്ട് പിന്നീടും ഇരിക്കുന്ന ഒരു സന്യാസിനിയാണ് ഞാൻ അവരിൽ കണ്ടിട്ടുള്ളത്. ദീർഘമായൊരു ഓർമ്മ പങ്കിടുവേണ്ട സന്ദർഭമല്ലായിരുന്നു. ശൈലിയിൽ ഏതാണ്ട് അവസാന നാളുകൾ എന്ന് അവർക്കും മറ്റുള്ളവർക്കും ബോധ്യമായി കഴിഞ്ഞ ഒരു ഘട്ടത്തിൽ അവരൊരു ദീർഘനിശ്വാസം പോലെ ആഗ്രഹിച്ചിരുന്നു. ചിത്രം പൂർണ്ണമായില്ലെങ്കിലും അതിൻ്റെ കുറച്ച് പ്രേമകളെങ്കിലും കാണണം ഒരു ഭാഗ്യമുണ്ടായത്. അതിൻ്റെ മ്യൂസിക് ചേർക്കുന്നതിന് മുമ്പുള്ള ഏകദേശ കരട് രൂപം മൊത്തമായി അവരുടെ ഹോസ്പിറ്റൽ റൂമിൽ കൊണ്ടുപോയി അത്യവസാനം ലാപ്ടോപ്പിൽ കാണിക്കാൻ കണ്ടു കഴിഞ്ഞ് അവർ കൈകൂപ്പി ദൈവത്തെ തൊഴുകയും തൻ്റെ അമ്മയുടെ ജീവിതഗാഥ ഇപ്രകാരമെങ്കിലും ഒന്ന് കാണാൻ ഇടവരുത്തിയതിന് ദൈവത്തിന് സ്തോത്രം പറയുകയും ചെയ്തു. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ലഞ്ച് ബ്രേക്കിനുള്ള സമയമായതുകൊണ്ട് 10-20 കന്യാസ്ത്രീകൾ അവിടെ കാണാനായിട്ട് കൂടി. ചിലർക്ക് അടിയുന്നു, ചിലർ കെട്ടിപ്പിടിക്കുന്നു. അതൊരു വലിയ ദൈവാനുഗ്രഹമായിരുന്നു. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സിസ്റ്ററുടെ എനിക്ക് യാത്ര തുടങ്ങി ആ യാത്ര പത്തിൽ എന്നേക്കുമായിട്ടുള്ളതാണെന്ന് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് 2 പേർക്ക് അറിയാമായിരുന്നു. ആ ധർമ്മസങ്കടം വേണ്ടി വന്നില്ല. ഞാൻ പതുക്കെ എന്നോട് പുറകോട്ട് പിൻവാങ്ങുമ്പോൾ ഞാൻ പ്രാർത്ഥിക്കാം സിസ്റ്റർ, അതേ സ്തുതിയിൽ മറുപടി ഞാൻ പ്രാർത്ഥിക്കാം സാർ. ബൈ പറയാതെ വില പറഞ്ഞു പിൻവാങ്ങും. ദൈവത്തെ ഒന്നേ പ്രാർത്ഥിച്ചു, സഹിക്കാവുന്ന വേദന മാത്രം കഷ്ടപ്പെടുത്താതെ അങ്ങയുടെ സന്നിധിയിലേക്ക് തിരിച്ചു വിളിക്കുകയും പ്രാർത്ഥന കേട്ടു. 2-3 ദിവസങ്ങൾക്ക് സിസ്റ്റർ ഹോസ്പിറ്റലിൽ നിന്ന് ആശുപത്രിയിലേക്ക് പോയി. അവിടെ വെച്ച് സമയതീരത്തിനപ്പുറത്തേക്ക് ഇപ്പോഴും എൻ്റെ മനസ്സിൽ പ്രസരിപ്പ് വിട്ടൊഴിയാൻ സമ്മതിക്കുന്നു. ആ പ്രസന്നതയും ചൊരിയൊഴുക്കും തേമ്പി നിൽക്കുന്നു. കണ്ണുകൊണ്ടും പിന്നെ ചുണ്ടുകൊണ്ടും ചിരിക്കുന്ന ഹൃദയാലുവായ അവരൻ്റെ മുഖത്തെ സ്നേഹപൂർവ്വം ആശ്ലേഷിക്കാൻ വെക്കുന്ന ഒരു സന്യാസിനി സഹോദരിയുടെ.
Many months have passed and days are rolling, but Sister Christabel's words and deeds are still alive amidst us, lingering in our hearts and minds. A faithful soul can never die. It continues to live on.
My dear students, my dear teachers, you all are studying in a college. You all are teaching in a Catholic institute, which carries the legacy of the holy, saintly teachers, religious sisters, and principals. The best tribute that we could give to Sister Christabelle is to carry forward her mission and vision in our life as a responsible student, as a professor or as a teacher with an affectionate approach who enables the integral character formation of our students. Wish you every best. God bless.
The greatest tribute we can give to our dear departed is to let her live on in our memory. In loving memory of our dear Sister Christabelle, your life was indeed a blessing. Your memories are a treasure. You are loved beyond words and missed beyond a measure. We know that you are in heaven. We pray for your soul. Rest in peace.